Lesson 3. What are you thinking? Put on your thinking cap. It's time for a quick pop quiz. But this test will be easy. It has only one simple question. And here it is. What is the ancestor of every action? Before you answer, here's a clue. This thing is also the seed of every emotion, belief, attitude, and expectation you've ever had. Here's another clue. The answer is revealed in a cool quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Here's a hot tip from the Almighty. If you want to be taken seriously as a poet, novelist, or philosopher, be sure to use a middle name. Think about it. Ralph Emerson sounds like a guy you go bowling with on Tuesday nights. But Ralph Waldo Emerson? Now that's the name of a deep thinker. Speaking of thinking, that's your answer. See, I told you this quiz would be easy. Here is Ralph's quote. The ancestor of every action is a thought. Now, Mr. Emerson was onto something with that idea, and it makes perfect sense. For instance, the last time you ran up to the Piggly Wiggly to grab a sandwich or a six-pack, that action was preceded by a thought. Probably something like, man, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and the only thing I've eaten so far today is a stale Pop-Tart. Or, I better pick up some beer for the big Glee marathon this weekend. Based on that thought, no matter how elegant or nonsensical the thought was, you decided to take action. Hence, Ralph Waldo's brilliant realization that humans often think about things before they do things. Hey, I didn't say these principles had to be revolutionary to be profound, did I? Come on, think about it. You always have a mental notion of some kind before you take action to wash your car, walk your dog, mow the lawn, read a book, or jump up to do the hokey pokey. And knowing what I do about you, the same thing can be said of running from the hokey pokey. Of course, the thought that precedes that action is, oh no, I won't be caught dead putting my right foot in or any other appendage for that matter. Hopefully you're getting the point here. Thoughts lead to actions. Now let me take it a step further. More specifically, specific thoughts lead to specific actions. For instance, a general thought such as, why don't we ever have anything good to eat around here? Leads you to rummaging around in the kitchen for something that resembles food. You may end up with an apple, a plate of leftover lasagna, or a half-eaten ho-ho. A fuzzy thought leads to a fuzzy action that may or may not lead you to truly satisfying your desire. However, if you have a more specific and affirmative thought, such as, I sure would like to try my hand at that new eggplant parmesan recipe, the actions that follow will be more focused and more likely to result in a meal you will enjoy. Bottom line, the quality and content of your thoughts have a direct effect on the actions you take and the results you get, which begs the question, what are you thinking? There is no off button. Here's another key insight from your new omnipresent pal, which would be me. This whole thoughts become things principle is at work at all times. It's not activated only when you're trying to decide what to eat, what to cook, or how to run from the hokey pokey. Your dominant thoughts color, influence, and profoundly determine everything you feel, say, and do. The way you think about everything directly feeds who you are and how you show up in the world. In a very real way, you are what you think. In fact, many of your fellow Homo sapiens have echoed this same sentiment over the centuries, such as, quote, all that you accomplish or fail to accomplish with your life is the direct result of your thoughts, unquote. James Allen. Quote, we become what we think about, unquote. Earl Nightingale. Quote, you can build radiant health, success, and happiness by the thoughts you think in the hidden studio of your mind, unquote. Joseph Murphy. Quote, there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so, unquote. William Shakespeare from Hamlet. Quote, a simple man believes anything, but a prudent man gives thought to his steps, unquote. Proverbs 14:15. Quote, if at first you don't succeed, give up, unquote. Homer Simpson. Okay, that last quote may have seemed out of place, which is why it might have made you laugh, but I placed it there for a reason. Why? Because I'm extremely clever, of course, and because that last quote represents one way to think about life. And this is a vitally important thing to understand. Choose your illusion. There are many ways to think about any topic imaginable. You can be optimistic, pessimistic, or somewhere in between. You can be giddy with delight or filled with fear. Your thoughts can emanate from the bright side, the dark side, or from an infinite palette of gray shades. You can be a little bit country or a little bit rock and roll. How you choose to think your thoughts have way more power over your life than you probably even know. More power than your significant other, or your favorite talk show host, or your dog. More power than even your mother has over you. You'll just have to trust me on this one. Like Ralph Waldo said, the ancestor of every action is a thought. Question: if all of your ancestral thoughts got together for a family reunion, what kind of party would it be? Joyous and harmonious, or drunk and dysfunctional? So, I'll ask again, what are you thinking?